Welcome to our deep relaxation class.
Hariom, and welcome to class, everyone. My name's Brian, and I'll be your facilitator. As we open our class, there's a couple of things I want to encourage you to have close by before we really get started. Right now, I've got a folded up blanket and a cushion to kind of help sort of elevate my hips and make sitting on the floor here a little easier. But you don't have to sit on the floor. You could pull up a chair or scooch to the edge of your sofa or wherever you're most comfortable. If you also do have some yoga blocks, you'll see I've got some blocks in the background here. You might just want to kind of have those close by too, maybe even just a couple of feet out to the side. So we're going to take a moment and just turn our attention inwards and just listen to your breath. Just start to turn off the stimulation from your senses by closing your eyes. Just listen to the sound of your breath. And there will be other noises and other thoughts competing for your attention, and that's completely natural. But we're just going to really start to work those concentration muscles by focusing on our breath. You might even feel that as you take that big inhalation, it might feel like the first real deep breath you've taken all day. So savor that, explore that. And then as you exhale, the same, that sense of relief and sort of completion as you exhale. Notice where you feel your breath in your body. To open our class, we're going to continue to observe our breath, but we're going to chant Om 3 times. We're going to place our hands at the center of our chest. We're going to connect with a loving and peaceful vibration. And we're going to chant the Sanskrit word Om. Om. And last time, pay attention to those distinct syllables, the ah sound, the oo sound, and the long M, like you just had a drink when you were thirsty or just ate something delicious and wanted to roll out that So we're going to put those 3 syllables together very mindfully for our last round of Om to open our class. Exhale completely. Pay attention to the quality of that exhalation. Let your in-breath fill you up completely and breathe in as much as you can. And then slowly and evenly distribute the energy from your next out-breath across those 3 syllables. A, like a long ah sound. U, like a oo, like a 2 or o umlaut sound. And then that M, like that long M, sound. Oh. Inhale and bring your hands behind your head and interlace your fingers. Press the hand and lengthen the neck into the hands. And then inhale, look over to your left side. Just take a little twist through the abdomen, twisting through the belly, chest, pointing through that left elbow as you sit up tall through the spine. And then exhale back to center. Keep those shoulder blades relaxed and pulled together. Inhale left. Exhale right. Just using those muscles in the abdomen to twist. Do that one more time. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Relax the fingertips to the tops of the shoulders now. And draw the shoulders back, pull the elbows back, and then inhale, roll the hands up. Maybe the elbows touch, maybe they just stay straight in front of the shoulders. And start to just warm up your shoulders and those connective points between the neck and shoulders. Bring the hands back to the knees or lap. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, you could even bring your left hand to your ear if you want to. Just gently drop that ear down towards same side shoulder. Feel, if you want to, with your fingers, that stretch, right trapezius and the side of the neck. Pull the elbow back and really intentionally drop that shoulder back and down. You can start to stretch out through the neck. You can just very lightly press a few fingers along those lymph nodes in the neck. Getting that lymph drainage, which is beneficial for our food systems. It's great to relieve any tension in the neck. And when you're ready, you can do that same thing on the other side. You can drop the chin, or if you want to, you can roll the ear down towards the shoulder. Each side might be a little different, so just take the time to observe and modify as needed. As always for our practice, only take it as far as you need to for your body and where you're at right now. If you want to, with that opposite hand, you can just bring the fingers up. Just kind of walk the fingers, knead the fingers, just explore with the fingers around the neck, shoulder, the collarbone, all those wonderful lymph nodes. Inhale back to center and just pick up one shoulder and then the other shoulder and kind of lengthen one side and then the other. Really hiking the shoulder up and rolling it back. Feel those shoulders relax as you explore your range of motion. You can just really slowly, or you can be a little more methodical, or however it works best for you. And then when you're ready, just settle the shoulders back. One last time, we're going to squeeze the hands, pull the elbows back, feel the whole upper back kind of tensing and tightening and retracting. And then exhale, just relax and release that. And again, inhale. As you exhale, physically and energetically, just let go of that tension. And exhale out the mouth, all safely distanced, so you can really exhale and just really let it rip when you exhale. You can inhale deeply through the nose. Just with a little sound, you can push any tension out to help yourself reset and relax. Do that one more time. Good. Just gently kind of settle the shoulders. Check out your like new shoulders here this evening. You just pick them up and put them down a couple times. Last little stretch for the neck and throat. We're going to simply tilt the chin up, looking up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky beyond. And then exhale, trace a straight line, a vertical line down all the way, whatever's in your field of vision, down towards the floor, beyond the earth. Inhale again, trace that line with the eyes, slow and steady at an even pace. Keep the head and neck still, actually, now, and just use the eyes. Stretch the eyes one more time up, and one more time down. Good. Look over one shoulder, and then look back front and center, stretching the eyes and your peripheral vision there. Look over the shoulder, stretch the eyes, looking behind you. Look forward, stretching the eyes to look at front. Come back to center, and repeat again, other side. Cast your gaze forward, and then back behind. Repeat 3 more times. Come back to center, and inhale, bring the hands to touch the center of the chest. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Sit up tall. Exhale here. We're going to make our way onto our hands and knees now for some additional warm-ups. When you're ready, come on back to your mat, and we'll proceed from there. So with your hands about shoulder width apart, knees hip distance apart, spread the fingers wide, and imagine you're trying to grip the ground beneath your fingers. Just start to drop the hips side to side. If you feel any unwanted pressure in the knees while you're here, there's a couple of things you can try. You try and accommodate the knees by bringing a little blanket and making sort of a shelf. Capture any kind of cushion, any pressure there in the knees. Just gently drop your body, hips swaying side to side. Let go of whatever was going on earlier. Just be here. Fully explore this movement in your body, your breath. Next exhalation, you can bring that arch into the spine, pulling the belly button up and in, pressing the hips forward, and then exhaling, relax back into that tabletop position, maybe even tilting the tailbone away, and rolling the pelvis under, arching through the back. And if you wish, you can relax down onto your forearms and interlace the fingers. And then just gently tuck the toes and shift the weight back to rest over the heels. And let your forehead just relax on the mat. Slowly make your way back up the tabletop. And now this time we're going to actually pick up our right leg and gently lift it out to the side. When you're ready, lengthen through the spine, press down to the floor. Gently lift that knee up and then lower that knee down. Go ahead and do that a total of 5 times. Strengthen and stabilize those hip flexors and glute medius muscles. And now we're actually going to take this right leg we just lifted, and we're going to bring it out to line up. If there was a line across the mat, a perpendicular line here, a line where that would intersect left knee and the arch of right foot. And this is actually a good time to get those blocks before you get too deep into our next stretch, the gate stretch. We have those blocks out in front. We're going to press that leg out to the side here. And then when you're ready, if it's comfortable for you, just go to a tall kneeling position with the hips gently pressed forward. And that leg out to the side as far as it's comfortable. And now with your left hand, grab a block and bring that block over, also to intersect that same line with left knee, right arch, left hand now. And inhale, lift. Lift that right arm up. Turn to the side so you can get another view. And if you would like, you could actually lower your hand down to the floor and start to reach, creating this big lateral stretch here, this side body stretch, reaching the right hand almost like a horseshoe or like a rainbow arch down towards the floor. Inhale, slowly come on back up, press your hands on your hips, and then gently slide that right hand down, right leg. And slowly back up. Now before we come back to tabletop, we're going to bring both hands on blocks and walk those hands forward. And then we're just going to gently bring a bend in this front leg and turn that foot out to the side so that we can just gently start to stretch that inner thigh, hamstring. We might even find that it's comfortable just to stay here on your forearms. You have forearms on the ground or forearms on blocks or hands to the floor or hands on blocks. And when you're ready, you can press the floor away. Gently slide that foot around behind you and bring the knee back to the floor. And go ahead and take a little rest in child's pose like we did a moment ago. Toes can be tucked or untucked. You can slide your hands forward, interlace the hands. And when you're ready, bring those hands back underneath the shoulders. All right, we're going to repeat that same thing on the other side. So when you're ready, we're going to do those 5 leg lifts out to the side. Ease yourself. Use your breath to help guide the movement. One more time. Great job. Now we're going to repeat that gate pose on the other side. You have your blocks handy. Go ahead and start to slide that foot out to the side. Right hand on block. Left hand reaching up toward the sky. Hips gently pressing forward. Hands back to hips. Come to that tall, wide angle kneeling position. And then gently slide the left hand down that leg and reach that right hand up. Center, reset. Try that. It's on your breath. Good. Bring the hands back down out in front. Keep that leg wide. Bring a little bend in the knee. Turn the foot out slightly. Just pause here, or if you wish, come down to forearms. Swing that leg around behind. Slowly bring the knee back underneath the hip. Keep the toes tucked or untuck your choice and rest in child's pose again. When you're ready, slowly press yourself back up. We're going to take our time to come back to standing. We're going to move through a round or two of sun salutations. You can bring your blocks up to the top of your mat. Keep a blanket in place somewhere about halfway on your mat or close by if you need it. And if you need to get a drink or anything like that, now would be a good time as you come to standing. Once you've arrived at the top of your mat, just shift the weight side to side in your feet. Just go ahead and roll out the wrists, relax the shoulders. In fact, just give everything a gentle shake. When you're ready, gently soften down into the ground. Lengthen through the spine, reaching up towards the sky. Hands at the heart. Exhale completely. Inhale, stretch the abdomen long, stretch the hands overhead, arms following. Open your heart and press the hips forward with a little gentle back bend. Exhale, hands touch at the lower back or the front of hips as you hinge from the hips and fold forward. Hands can also come down to blocks. Now we're going to inhale up halfway, fingertips to blocks. Back is perpendicular to the floor. Spine is elongated. And then exhaling again, relaxing the abdomen down. Relax the face down. Soften the eyes and jaw as you stand here in the standing forward fold. Let's come back into that prepare position one more time. Inhaling up halfway. Exhaling, hands relax. Hands frame the outside edges of the feet as you step the right foot far back and slowly soften that right knee to a blanket or your mat. Take a moment here and inhale, fingertips, lengthen the spine long. And exhale, gently press the floor away and use the muscles of the core to help draw you to this tall kneeling position. And from this tall kneeling position in our lunge here, bring the hands to touch again in front of the heart. And as you exhale, press the hands out to the side. Walk that front foot forward, maybe 3 or 4 inches, and gently shift the hips forward, hands on lower back. Inhale, come on back up, maybe even straightening that front leg. And exhale back into that lunge. You might prefer to have your hands down by the floor to help steady you and take a little pressure off that knee as needed. Feel that hip flexor starting to lengthen. And place your hands again firmly where they were before. We're going to step this front foot back out of lunge to transition into our first downward facing dog of the class. Downward facing dog is like this pyramid shaped pose with the point of the equilateral triangle right underneath of the belly button. Flex the head and neck, gently rolling the head and neck to the side. You can bring a little bend in the knees and then straighten the legs one at a time or both together. Ready, slowly come back to tabletop. Take a nice deep breath in. You have that blanket on your mat, move to the side and slowly drop your hips, your head, neck, and chest down to the floor. Just take a moment to rest here before we move into Cobra pose. Let's come into Advasina, which is sort of like Shavasana, but we're laying face down. You can turn one cheek to the side. Turn your palms towards the floor. You can pick up each foot and lengthen it. Feel your mat, floor, the earth supporting you. Go ahead and bring opposite cheek to the floor. And then go ahead and slowly bring your chin or forehead to the mat. And also bring your hands right underneath the front of your shoulders. Go ahead and pick up each knee and widen the legs. Shift the hips side to side. And then inhale, roll the shoulder blades back together. Inhale, lift head, neck, and chest, just using the muscles of the upper back. If Cobra is difficult to sustain, you can slide the hands forward and come up onto forearms, or Sphinx pose instead. When you're ready, you can slowly lower back down. Bring your hands underneath of the front of shoulders, tug the toes, and press back through tabletop and into a brief child's pose. When you're ready, go ahead and step that right foot forward up in between the hands. Help it there if you need to. If you need to bring a blanket or support underneath of your left knee, you can do that now. Sure that that front knee stacks right behind or over top of the ankle, but not far beyond. Take some time to square the hips by drawing that right glute back and shifting the left hip forward. You might prefer to have your yoga blocks. You might come up into this kneeling lunge here. Inhale, hands touch the center. Exhale, hands press out to the side. Hands come back to frame that front foot. We're going to step the back foot forward. Go into a standing forward fold again. Inhale up halfway and exhale, release. Inhale all the way back up to standing, hands reaching high overhead. And exhale, hands touch in front. So we're going to move through one more round, a little more fluidly this time, with fewer pauses, but take it at your own pace and as you need to. When you're ready, we're going to exhale again. Shift your weight down into the floor, hands resting in the midline. Inhaling, stretching the hands high overhead. Exhaling, hinging at the hips and folding forward. Up halfway, pause. Exhale, let it go. Right knee far back. Slowly lower that right knee down. Inhale. Hands extend overhead. Exhaling. Rest in front of the heart. And now while we're here, we can actually reach our hands, both hands forward to the inside edge of this front leg. And we can just start to walk this left leg out to the side so that we can bring our hands to line up with each respective shoulder again. So hands and foot are in a line, or that left foot might even be a little further out to the side or beyond. And now I want you to tuck the right toes and straighten that leg. Walk the knee back an inch or two. And as you lower the knee down, scoop the hips forward. And this is a great time to grab those blocks again to help support this posture. This is a really nice stretch for that long muscle, that hip flexor. Also for the groin and inner thighs. Lengthen through the spine as you lift the chest and relax the hips and pelvis down towards the floor. Shift the weight back to your back tabletop. And then when you're ready, go ahead and move the blocks to the side. We're going to come into downward facing dog one more time. And then we'll shift forward into Cobra. Clearing your mat of any props, lower down to your knees, shift your chest, chin, head and neck forward. Pause in Advasina again, resting face down. The head and neck stretch by turning cheek to the floor and then switching sides to even that out. When you're ready, make your way back into Sphinx or Cobra pose. Slow down your respiratory rate. Just gently lengthen your breath. Slow down your state of mind. Ready, lower back down. Hands tucked underneath front of shoulders. Shift back into child's pose or down dog, your choice. Ready, take your time. Go ahead and come back up to that tabletop position. And we're going to go ahead and step, let's see if I can get this right here. I guess our right foot forward. Goes right. Pause in that lunge. Come back up to that tall kneeling lunge. And when you're ready, you can bring the hands to the inside edge of that front foot. Walk that right foot out to the side. Keep hands and foot in alignment. And then lift up on that back knee, straighten and lengthen the leg, and lower back down and start to relax your hips towards the floor. Wish you could bring your hands onto blocks. Increase the stretch, you can bring your forearms down to those blocks. When you're ready, go ahead and press the floor away. Let me go ahead and just simply step this foot back now. And we're actually going to come to sit with our legs extended out in front. So we can actually bring a blanket or something if we need to support those sitting bones and make sitting here in the staff pose a little bit easier. So you just sit with your hands on your legs or down by the floor. Lift the chin, pop the chin in. Do that 3 times. Now reach the hands forward and up. Lengthen up from your sitting bones. And exhale, just gently start to reach the hands towards the feet. And then inhale. You might also like to have those yoga blocks underneath of your knees. If your hamstrings are really tight or your hips are clenching, having that extra little bend in the knees should help support and maintain this forward fold. Don't try and go beyond your limit. Just explore your range of motion. You can improve upon that a little bit. That's good. You can remove those blocks out from underneath of the knees now. Set those legs down. Go ahead and just pedal out the feet, road, the ankles. Just paying, the least we can do is just pay a little attention to our feet and all the places they take us. And go ahead and shift the weight forward again. And go ahead and come to lie down on your back with the knees hugged in towards the chest. Rock side to side. Backs, hips. Go ahead and lower the feet down, stack the feet out to the side about as wide as your mat, and then let the knees come in towards one another. You can have the hands open, palms turned up out to the side, or hands turned down, or grounding mudra, resting at the belly. And we're just going to take about 2 or 3 minutes here to observe our breath and just really focus on settling in and relaxing and releasing through like that right at the bottom part of the lumbar spine and into the sacral spine. It's the lower back and the tailbone. If your eyes are closed, gently open them, look up towards the ceiling, and just begin to trace a circle with your eyes without having to move anything else. Make that circle in both directions, stretching the eyes. And inhale, stretch your hands overhead, stretch the legs, take a nice full body stretch. And then take a nice little half moon or lateral stretch here by reaching the hands and stretching over to one side. You can bring the feet together and kind of make like a banana shape. You're going to do that back and forth to each side. And when you're ready, just bring the arms out into a T shape and begin to hug just one knee in towards the chest. Draw that knee out to the side. And then straighten that leg and bend at the knee. And just do that about a dozen times. You know. And then bring that leg across the body, holding the knee with opposite hand. That stretch in that key band, and maybe even up into the psoas. Place that foot down, extend the leg again, and hug opposite knee in towards the chest. Straighten and then bend the leg. When you're ready, bring that leg across the body, supporting the opposite hand. Hug that knee back to center and then straighten the leg and lengthen. Just shift the hips side to side. Bring your arms back out to that T, or if you prefer, you can just keep the hands at the center of the chest. Make any last little movements or accommodations that you need to, so we can enjoy a nice long Savasana. I'll come back up to a seated position to guide you through a brief tense and release of the muscles to better serve your rest time. Go ahead and stretch your body out long on your mat. This is a really important time to sort of assimilate all the different stretches, all the different systems of the physical body and more subtle energetic bodies. This rest time at the end, our time spent in Savasana, is so important to, like I already said, assimilate all those different benefits. Major muscle groups to nerve endings and nervous system, digestion, all these different movements and practices benefit not just these individual parts, but now your chance to just rest, to bask in the afterglow, your mindfulness, breath, posture. Just be here as your body relaxes completely with your. To begin our tense and release practice, I'm going to cue you to tense and tighten specific parts of the body. This will be accompanied by inhalation. So as you inhale, for example, you can begin by tensing and tightening the hands to make fists. Squeeze the muscles of the arms and feel the blood rushing into the arms as you squeeze them tense and tight. Hold your breath in and observe this tension. And then exhale, relax and release it. Gently shake the arms out and let the arms settle in place by your side. Forget about that. When you're ready, you can shift your attention now into the shoulders. Pull the shoulders up towards the base of the ears. And exhale, relax the shoulders back into the floor, down by your side. You can turn the head and neck side to side, let the head and neck relax completely to the center. When the head and neck are centered, you can just soften the face. You can even just gently tense and make a sort of scrunched up prune face. And then just relax into the soft glow of your natural resting face. You can do the same with your hips by just clenching the buttocks, lifting the hips, maybe just lifting them off the floor a little bit, and then just drop them into place and settle those hips on the floor. You can pick up each leg respectively on its own and inhale, tense that leg, and release. We've gotten our extremities, we've gotten our shoulders, we've gotten our head and neck. Let's focus on the abdomen a little bit more, specifically our diaphragm, a vehicle for the breath. Inhale deeply into the lower belly. Inhale and blow up the belly like a balloon. Exhale, suck the belly in, and then let the belly relax with your next deep breath. Bring your awareness to the center of the chest and the collarbones, and inhale, breathe into that space, puffing up the chest, letting the breath raise the chest like the ocean raises the balloon. Relax your whole being. Rest in total stillness now. The urge to move comes, just let it come and then let it go. Just let your body continue to deepen its presence by remaining still. When you have to move or any foundation with time, please do, but otherwise make the effort to be totally still just for the next second. Your breath flow naturally. Your stage of relaxation deepens. And your breath will gently slow down. Head, the forehead, the sides of the head soften as you relax your attention, focusing on no one thing in particular. Just letting your mind become quiet, open and back. Stories start to replay or come, let them come, and let them go like this, having to be too attached or too repulsed by whatever comes. Just observe calmly. You arrive to that point of stillness, the moment, drink long and deep in this water, rest in the gratitude, making it through another day, rest in the appreciation for all that this life done for you, all the people that help you along the way. Feel that heart center connection with all of your peers, all of your relations. Already, you can start to gently bring your conscious awareness back into your body, back into the room in which you're resting. Slowly bring your awareness back into your hands, And rest one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. And slowly start to slide your feet along the floor, bringing a bend into your knees. When you're ready, you can gently roll over on your left side. Rolling over onto your left-hand side. Rest there for just a moment longer. Taking your time from resting on your side, you can slowly, mindfully press up into a comfortable seated position while we close our practice. We're going to chant Om together one more time to close our practice. Exhale completely. Namaste. The light in me honors and recognizes the light inside of you. Thank you for attending.